So welcome back to another review thread to be talking about Parke Godwin's The Tower of Beowulf. Now this is an adaptation by Parke Godwin on the Legend of Beowulf, which is the standard legend of Beowulf fighting Grendel, and then moving on to fighting a dragon, really, at the Tower of Beowulf. Now that's not a spoiler because actually in the pages where they introduce characters and all, they actually do state the dragon and Grendel and everything right there. So it's that basic legend with Parke Godwin adding certain creative additions, so to speak, but nothing that really changes the story. The things he adds are like some characters are not named, he will name them, and so on and so forth. In fact, at the end of the book, he actually does talk about that in a bit of a commentary on the book. So that's what the book's about. So we're going to do this the same way. We'll talk about the cons of the book, the pros of the book, and a conclusion. So the first thing to talk about is the cons of the book. The cons of the book, well, I gotta say the only thing I can really think of reading this is if you're expecting or you really like the real Legend of Beowulf and everything, which is a warrior with no fear and all of that, you're gonna be disappointed reading this because this Parke Godwin's book is more character focused and not action focused. I liken it to like if you went in wanting to watch Fast and Furious, the movie, with car chases, beautiful women, and all of that, and in the end you actually found out you're watching the movie Lincoln, which is all character based. Not to say that the movie is bad and all, but like I say, you go in wanting something and something else is there. So if you go into this thinking of the Beowulf legend with a ton of action and everything like that, which it does have, but just not as much as you want, and there's definitely more focus on the characters than the action. So that's all the cons I can think about. Now to go into the pros of the book, um, just to put it out there, I like the book quite a bit. It's actually quite amazing because when I was a kid and I read this book, I didn't even get through the first chapter. I don't know why. I just felt the book was so boring. And now at 33, I read the book again, and I gotta say I intensely liked the book. I found it immensely interesting. Just to tell you how much I like the book, I think it's no legend that people know at the end Beowulf dies, all right, and what happens is I truly felt sad when Beowulf died in the book because the way Park Godwin writes is so good. You really connect with the character through the whole thing, and you really feel his how you say his troubles, and that is the part where the best thing about the Tower of Beowulf by Park Godwin is the character development. He takes the legend and he makes the great warrior Beowulf someone who takes that standard trope of that Achilles choice, which is short life with a lot of glory or a long life of mediocrity. And this in this story, Beowulf has when he first went raiding, he failed, and he always felt like he had to live up to the loss of shame. And at some point, which I'm not going to spoil, he makes a choice and he basically chooses the glorious life. But what he finds out is that he's basically living for other people, all the glory, everything like that. He's always living to someone else's expectations, and in the end he's not really living, he's just kind of existing. As he calls it, he's in a tomb of which he wants to be released by death. So that choice in itself turns it over his head, and I like that thought that you have to make that choice for yourself, and you don't regret it. The good thing about Beowulf is that he understands that he made that choice and he continues to do what is good for his society and everything, but never once does he also just try to make an excuse about it, that he made his choices and this is the life he's gonna lead, and he tries to make the best of it, but he always knows that in a way he's cursed, but he made that choice. So I like that. And, the characters were very, very likable, and several of the characters are also facets on what Beowulf wanted to be. Like, example, his friend Honshu, Beowulf wanted to be like him, unjudgmental, truly not caring about society, marrying a person who was almost an outcast, and wanting the last, but he couldn't. And Beowulf has everything, but at the same time he has nothing. So that is the Tower of Beowulf. In conclusion, a fantastic book. You know, it truly is a character piece where, strangely, the part with Grendel and like say from the legend itself, Grendel, and when he becomes go to the he deals with the dragon at the tower. Uh, is the story super well linked? Not really, but Parke Godwin manages to really pull the stories together with the main focus, which is Beowulf, and makes it feel like you're concentrating on not on the legend, on the and like the deeds, but you're focusing on the person. So it kind of just flows so well because you're following Beowulf's thoughts. So that is Parke Godwin's The Tower of Beowulf, a highly recommended book by me. So thank you very much. Till next word.